Wait, using Justin Fields not as a quarterback, does that sound familiar?
Are we going live to Greg Jennings' house to apologize to me now? Let's just take you back. Let's go in the time machine there if we can. March of a year ago. When did we do this?
No, it's this year.
March of this year?
Yes, this year.
I feel like I did it much farther away than March. I feel like I did this in December, January, and February.
At that point.
He wasn't?
No.
Oh, maybe it was March. Who the hell knows? Anyhow, we're in the time machine. Let's back up the clock a couple months and see what Genius said on the show. Go ahead. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get a badass, legitimate, generational talent in Caleb Williams, and I'm going to give him DJ Moore on one side and Justin Fields on the other side.
What?
Guard that.
No.
Small-minded. That's right. You hear Craig Jennings in the background complaining. And now I texted Craig yesterday asking for an apology, and he did not offer me an apology. But yesterday, Greg Jennings did respond to me by saying, when I saw this news, I was immediately disappointed.
He was disappointed.
Just get over it, Jennings, and just acknowledge that you're wrong. That's all. You're a bigger man for doing it. But this is what the reason I brought it up back in March is because Justin Fields, to me, is not an NFL franchise quarterback. You know, Tim Hardaway is the first guy on this show to say he's a running back playing quarterback. And we kind of had a good time here talking about that. But he's one of the most dangerous guys in the league with the ball in his hands in open space, right?
True. Yep.
And that's what we've seen so far. So if I'm Pittsburgh, I know he is a quarterback. I know he wants to be a quarterback. But I've got this supreme athletic talent on my roster. I would be foolish not to use him in some capacity to help me win games. Now, for me, I think this is a good idea because of the new rules with kick returns, obviously. There should be more kick returns this year than in the last couple of years. But I will double down on what I said back in March. I would also put him on the field and try to get the ball into his hands where it's him against a linebacker. He's going to win that all day.
Yeah. So, Craig, let me just go with you on this for a second.
Please do.
Okay? Because I initially, when you suggested this, I laughed. And
I'm like Einstein.
And let me go with you on
great
this.
thinkers of a generation.
Let's say Russell Wilson is playing well, and Russell Wilson is healthy. And then you've got a backup quarterback who's got all of this talent and is so good in open space.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you, as an offensive coordinator, say, why would you just leave him on the sideline with a headset on?
Right.
Why not put him in the game, drop a couple plays for him, maybe 4 or 5 times a game. Maybe he runs as a decoy a couple times. Maybe he runs a jet sweep.
Yeah.
Maybe you give him a screen pass.
Wildcat.
Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, by the way, New Orleans has proven you can do it with some success with Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, yeah.
And I'm not saying you do it at the
Different
level
player.
they do it.
Yeah, different player, different player, but yeah.
Justin Fields, to me, is one of the most electric players in the NFL, just not at throwing the football.
Correct.
So if I am their offensive coordinator and I've got this toy I can play with.
It's week 6 and you haven't used him.
What am I'm not going to leave the toy in the toy closet.
Take the toy
I want
out.
to use it.
Take the toy out.
Play with the toy.
Play with the toy.
I think Mike Tomlin, he's going to have something up his sleeve to have.
Well, we just gave it away. He's returning kicks.
No, I'm not talking about returning kicks. I'm talking about, like you said, Jacoby, 4 or 5 times in a game, changing the game.
How about this? How about you throw him?
That sounds more
How
likely
about you
than
throw him a
returning
screen
kicks.
pass behind the line of scrimmage,
Right.
and then he can either throw it
or
or run
run
with it.
And then how about this? How about you do that once? The next time you fake it and then throw it the other way.
Yeah.
Teddy, you are going to see Justin Fields on the football field for the Steelers. And if I'm the Steelers, I try to keep it under wraps because I want to surprise people with it. But I would not leave an athlete like that on the sideline with a clipboard. That's just stupid.
Correct.
Greg Jennings will never apologize.
Then he can't be on this show.
I'll say this. I apologize. When I laughed at this idea. I laughed at this suggestion. I did.
Here's
I thought
the
it was
problem.
ridiculous.
You didn't play wide receiver in the NFL. You're not a Packer Hall of Famer. I know the dream's still there, and I'm pulling for you, kid. Plus, you still have Division I eligibility. Maybe go back to college and do it there. NYU didn't have a football team. That's the only reason you didn't play
That's why I wasn't
college
the star
football.
quarterback, yeah.
But I will say this. Greg Jennings is supposed to be here next week on Wednesday, Thursday, and
Now
Friday.
he might not show up.
I'll be very clear about this. If he doesn't apologize, he's not doing the show.
Wow.
And that's just that. Like, you, as men,
that's petty.
Sometimes you have to apologize.
Have you met Craig Carton before?
That's like being a Philadelphian guy.
Don't tell everything.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's kind of petty.
Do you want to be on the show on Monday?
I'm just calling a spade and see what you gon',
Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.